Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm going to give it just about 10 seconds to see if some more people come in, and then we'll get started. It's good to see everybody tonight. You have our regulars. Nice. All right. Very good. So we're going to be. This is the third happiness event we're having, and we're going to have more. So be sure to be sure to join every Thursday at 6:30. Um, this is a camera on event, so if you can turn your camera on, please do. Keep it on, and remember to mute and unmute. Um, so we're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. So anybody on Facebook and YouTube, if you put comments, we'll try to read them. And questions, you can put your questions there also. And this is good. So we're going to watch a little video for muting and unmuting. So let's watch this video.
When you start Zoom, your microphone is muted by default. Before you can speak, you must unmute yourself. The mute/unmute button on a computer is at the lower left. On the iPad, it's the first item on top. Remember to mute yourself when you are done speaking. During the event, there might be a need to read from the chat. Roundtable questions will be displayed there. You can also use the chat to make comments, get technical advice, etc. The chat button on a computer is here in the middle. On the iPad, it is in the three-dot menu here. Anytime you wish to see the entire audience, you can switch from speaker view to gallery view. On a computer, the gallery view button is on the top right. In newer versions of Zoom, it's under the Views menu. On the iPad, it's in the top left.
All right, great. So we're going to try to get away with like smiling this whole event, and then it's going to carry us through the whole week to next Thursday. All right. So first thing we're going to do, we did it on the last two happiness events, is we're going to introduce ourselves, where we're from, and also do that on Facebook and YouTube, please. Tell us where you're from. So what we're going to do, we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to throw a smile to each other. Okay. So my name's Carl. I'm from Florida, and I'm throwing my smile to John. John from Florida.
I'm smiling for everyone in this place. We love you all. Rono.
Thanks, John. I'm Rono. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm throwing my smile to Nancy Kogel. Remember to unmute, Nancy.
Yes. Hello. Thanks so much for your welcome, and apologies for my lateness. And hello to everybody. Is there a format that we're doing?
Yeah. So you throw your smile to someone else.
Ah. Okay. Has anybody been smiled already?
Almost anybody. You can pick almost anybody. We just started.
Okay. Hi, Sarah. I will send my smile to you. Good to see you.
I got it. Thank you. I'm Sarah. I'm from New York. I'm really happy to be here tonight. And I'm going to throw my smile to the other Nancy.
You're muted.
I'm the other Nancy. I'm from New York City. I live in Sunnyside, Queens, and I am going to throw a smile at, let me see here. First, I also want to ask why, if it's open diner, I'm the only one eating during the thing. Okay, now back to smiling. Thank you, my love. Gary, you get a smile. And Roberta, you, excuse me, I'm only allowed to do two, but oh well. That's right. Roberta, Gary, go for it. You've just been smiled at big time.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm going to steal this smile from Gary. I'm Roberta from Long Island, New York. And I'll throw it back to Gary since you were the second one.
I'm Gary. I'm from California, LA, and I would throw my smile at William. Unmute yourself and throw your smile to somebody.
Thank you. I just got on. I mean, you just surprised me. But anyway, I'm William, and I am from Harlem. And so I have no idea who's gotten a smile. So I'm just going to send my smile to anybody who hasn't gotten a smile yet. And I'm just going to leave that to the universe to decide who that is.
I'm Dan from Toronto, Canada, and I'm going to send my smile to Paula.
Thank you, Dan. Paula from New York, and I'm going to send my smile to Alana.
Thank you, Paula. I'm Milana, also from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm sending my smile to Alisa, I think.
Thank you. Got it. Thank you very much. I'm Alisa from New York, from Brooklyn, and I'm sending my smile to Linda.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm in the middle of chewing. See, Nancy, I'm eating too. I'm Linda from New York, upstate New York, and I'm gonna send my smile to Rono.
Thank you, Linda. I got one, so I'm gonna throw it back to Nina.
Thank you, Ronald. I'm smiling. I'm Nina from New York, and I'm sending my smile to Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and I'm sending my smile to whoever doesn't have one yet. I think everybody got one, though.
There's a double whammy there with, yeah, okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Victoria, also in New York City, here with William.
Nice to meet you, Victoria. Nice to see you. So is this everyone? I think. If anybody didn't go, please speak up and smile big. No, everybody went. Okay.
I didn't yet. I'm smiling and I don't know who else didn't. But I'll give you my smile. I give my smile to everyone.
Thank you, Natalia. All right,
Natalia,
very good.
There's your smile.
Much better.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so there's a science behind this, behind smiling. They say that it releases endorphins and it's natural painkillers. So smiling actually heals your body. It heals you. It makes you happier. It makes the people around you happier. It's a science. This whole thing that we're doing tonight, it's based on science. Scientists studied like what makes people happy. And one of the things is definitely smiling. So we're going to go into something that's going to make you smile. Our first song. John, are you ready? Good. I didn't catch you off guard.
I'm ready. For some reason, it felt a little fast. I thought I was going to be late today. I love all you guys. Thank you for bringing me back. I've done this a couple of times. So they wanted something happy. And I said everything that I play is happy because I'm happy. So anyway, I went out. I got a request for one of the songs that I've never heard before, and I couldn't pull it off. But I figured everyone's probably heard this one, and it's kind of close to it. Goes, don't you worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right for you and me. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be all right, isn't it now? Rise up this morning with a smile on your face. 3 little birds on my doorstep, swinging, singing sweet melodies. You pure love, singing for me, singing for you. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is turning out all right. Don't you forget that. Don't you worry about anything. 'Cause everything is gonna turn out right. Yeah, yeah. You know why I know this? 'Cause I woke up this morning. Yeah. Smile at the rising sun. Oh, there were 3 little birds perched on my doorstep. They were singing sweet songs, pure melodies of happiness. Singing, this is my message for you and you and you and you and you. Don't you worry, no, no, about a thing, no, no, no. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright, yes it is. Don't you worry, no, no, about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright, yes it is. Sing it if you know, don't you worry, no, 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 about a thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every little thing is gonna turn out right. Trust the county. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna turn out right. Don't you worry about anything. 'Cause it's all gonna turn out just right. Be happy now. Don't worry. Maybe you'll bring me back for one more later, Carl. Love you,
Yeah,
brother.
there is. You got another spot. You're going to fill another spot. Thank you, John. That was great. All right. So tonight, like every night, we're trying to create a nice, warm environment between us. So we're gonna have a discussion, and we want to stay on topic. We just want to be warm and friendly here with each other. We're not going to discuss politics or anything like that. Just what's hot. And what's hot right now is being happy. So let's do this. And another reminder, this is a cameras on event. If we can turn on our cameras. And if you're not speaking, please remember to mute yourself. And if you are speaking, remember to hit that unmute. Okay, now we're going to go into a great icebreaker game with Roberta.
Thanks, Carl. I'm going to say something contradictory to what Carl just said about unmuting. This game, we're going to actually unmute. We're going to do an icebreaker. So this game we're going to play, it's called Counting to 10 as One. We're going to unmute ourselves, not yet though. We're going to try to count to 10. So randomly, anybody could say 1. The next person could say 2. But the point of the game is to feel each other, connect with each other, and feel that space that's empty and feel the right time to be the one to say 2, 3. So one person say 1. We're going to try to continue. If we speak over somebody, we're going to have to start over again. So let's see if we could count to 10 together. So everybody unmute themselves at this moment. Okay? Everybody unmuted? Okay, it looks good. So if everybody wants to say one and start, and then we're going to try to continue without speaking over each other. Let's feel that empty space between us.
One.
Start again.
We fucked up.
No, let's start again. I'll go first. 1,
2,
3,
4.
Start again.
1,
2,
3.
No. It's not as easy as we thought.
1.
Can we keep the order? 2.
You can't even pass 1. I'll go 1,
2.
Try to feel each other. Try to, instead of jumping and let someone speak, and then try to fill that space just when it's right. Let's see.
Roberta,
10
Roberta, you can't start saying "I'll start." You have to let it
that's true.
open. Yeah,
Yeah,
otherwise,
you got
it's
it right.
cheating.
Okay, go ahead. Let's start.
1,
2,
3,
4,
5.
5.
Let's start again.
That's it. 5 is good. We got to 5.
Okay, we're getting better. Go ahead.
1,
2,
2,
1,
2,
3,
4,
4,
Mm-hmm. This icebreaker is melting.
1.
Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Let's try.
Let's connect.
Exactly. Let's try.
1,
2,
Great.
4.
5.
We're making it to 5. We're almost halfway there.
1, 1, 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6.
7,
Oh, close.
1,
2,
3,
3,
1,
2,
3,
4.
5.
6,
7,
7,
8,
1,
2,
3,
3,
1,
2,
1.
This is not easy.
No. Doable, though. We can do it.
At least we're laughing.
That's true.
1,
6.
2. Say 6.
You should be smart enough to get a pattern going. Yeah, that's not really how you.
1.
We've got the pattern going.
10.
We did it.
We're going to count backwards then, Gary. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
1,
6,
2,
3,
4,
1,
2,
9.
Let's try to get this. Let's try. We have to finish this. We have to.
Why?
1,
2,
Romeo, stop it.
3.
One of the things that happens in logic and in science is we find patterns. So if we can stay on the same pattern, we'll nail this thing in about 2 seconds.
Just say 4, John. We were almost there.
Yeah, there you go. 1,
2,
3,
3,
1,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
4,
5.
Dan,
I have a delay.
You guys want to try to finish this? You think we could do it?
No.
No?
Talk about.
Let's all smile and say, I love you.
No, you know, is good is to talk about a time that you were so embarrassed.
Well, that's not the question. Just we got to do 1 to 10.
That was 2 minutes ago when they just accused me of stepping on them.
Can we go to 1 to
Let's
7?
try. I had another question for the icebreaker. We only have 2 minutes. Let's try to finish this together. I think we can do it.
Go.
1,
Let's
2,
try
3,
to
4,
feel
5,
each
6,
other.
7, 8, 9, 10.
No good. and that's the host on
By
top.
yourself.
And he's the
I
host.
love it. Can we do it together?
Let's do it
that's
together.
a good idea.
Let's try. Ready?
Let's do that.
1,
Together.
1,
2,
2,
3,
3, 4,
4,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
9,
11,
10.
10.
Yeah.
Well, there's a way.
Maybe there was too many people, but it is a good game.
Success.
I like your attitude, John. Well, that was the icebreaker, but you get the gist. If we all felt each other, I mean, there's a lot of people here, but if we could do it together, it would have been cool. But we did it together at the end all at the same time. So we're going to move it back on to Carl. We have a big evening tonight, so everybody enjoy. And see you later.
Thanks, Roberta.
Thank you, Roberta. That was a fun game. All right, so you can we're going to review the last 2 sessions that we did. I'm just going to talk about that for a second. You can see the full video of our last session on the Open Diner YouTube and Facebook pages. Okay, so we spoke about how, contrary to what most people believe, human beings are extremely affected by society. We're social animals. Our environment determines how we define success and also strongly influences our social values. So it's important to surround yourself with those people whose values are aligned with the values you want to cultivate in your life, and those who bring out the best in you. Also, we discussed that happiness is contagious, like the other emotions. We can spread joy, laughter to each other, and happiness. So happiness happens when you give it away. So you don't want to, if you win the lottery or something like that, you have to give it all away. No, not really. It's when you're happy from winning the lottery, you can cook a dinner for a bunch of friends and invite them over. So you don't keep it to yourself. When we expect the world to serve us, we are seldom happy and often disappointed. When we find joy in giving to others, we are more likely to be happy long term. Giving to others is proven to increase happiness. So all these it's a little bit lengthy what I'm going to talk to you about, but this is from scientists that have been doing studies for over 70 years. So it's really good if you want to be happy to listen. So this is the reason we're doing this, is because when you have the right environment, when you're in the right environment where people want to be happy and they know how to make other people happy, then you're in the right environment. So the happiest people are those who have the happiest relationships at work, at home, at family, with friends, etc. We're a social species. Humans rely on safe social environment to survive and thrive. Relationships are essential. A major study followed hundreds of people for more than 70 years and found the happiest and the healthiest are those who cultivated strong relationships. Investing time and effort into building healthy and happy relationships is one of the most important things you can do for your long-term happiness. Research shows time and time again that strong personal relationships are a key to happiness, more than income, race, age, or gender. The happiest people have people in their lives, partners, children, friends, colleagues, and extended family who are consistently provide them with mutual support, companionship, and social activities. They can avoid loneliness and isolation and have opportunities for connection and service on a regular basis. Happy people help others. You ever notice on Facebook the videos that you just have to watch because they usually involve people doing something nice for someone else? Some of the happiest people are focused on helping others. As early as toddler years, giving and helping are found to increase happiness in the giver as well as the getter. Helping others is a self esteem booster. It just feels good to do good. And when the focus is on helping someone else, it's hard to focus on the things that may bring us down, that are bringing us down. So it's a double win. The problem is that our own human nature works against us. You're probably asking if there's a simple formula for reaching the optimal life experience, and there is clear experimental evidence showing that it works, and it's really not so complicated to do, then why doesn't everyone do it? Why wouldn't everyone realize themselves as fully as possible and be the happiest they can be? The reason is that our human nature works against us. Naturally, most people just want to receive for themselves, while healthy relationships require concessions and giving to others. Since healthy and happy relationships are the key to happiness, we actually hurt ourselves by following our natural instincts to serve ourselves and fill ourselves with transient pleasures. And we see that, I I see it in my life. Once I eat a nice meal and I'm filled with that pleasure, I want to find the next pleasure right away and fill myself with that and fill myself with that. And what they're saying is if we fill ourselves with people that are that are happy, this is where true pleasure comes in, lasting pleasure. If we learn really healthy relationships, we need to change our approach to happiness. The problem is that we want it all, or more precisely, we want genuine happiness, but usually we want it only for ourselves right now and without connecting or depending on others. This is not the right approach to happiness. The more emphasized we are in the wrong approach, the more miserable life is. The more we want it all for ourselves, the more our lives will become misery race where we're always chasing the next thing. Yet the moment we have it, we have to chase something else to be happy, like a hamster in a wheel. If we're always chasing small pleasures, we're habitually unsatisfied, and this cycle is in complete contradiction to what science is telling us about how to be happy. We need to choose long term goals despite our natural drive for instant gratification. Science shows that people are prone to choose instant gratification rather than their overall best interests. We are generally wired for instant gratification. And additionally, the media and advertising world are constantly trying to maximally increase this drive in us, since they profit more when we lack self control. Therefore, despite the growing number of things we can purchase, we don't see more happy people in the world, but quite the opposite. Depression has become the number one disease in the world. There's a famous Sanford marshmallow test that has become a touchstone of developmental psychology. Originally, excuse me, where was I? I'm sorry. Originally conducted by psychologist Walter Mischel in the late 1960s, children were placed in a room furnished with only a table and a chair. A single treat selected by that child was placed on the table. Each child was told if they waited 15 minutes before eating the treat, they would be given a second treat. Then they were left alone in the room. So follow-up studies with these children in their adolescent years, they checked on them, and the correlation between an ability to wait long enough to obtain a second treat, and it showed that they had better life success. Living a meaningful and happy life is much easier and more attainable in the right environment. This is the most effective way of overcoming our natural inclination to serve only ourselves and to reach for constant immediate gratification. So again, I want to say that this is the reason why we're doing this open diner, is because we're trying to create this environment where we have a healthy social relationship between us. And we know about these studies and we know that it works. So it brings us back to the point we discussed earlier. Building happy and healthy relationships is the most important part of being happy. To overcome our nature, we need what's called cognitive dissonance, or the fake it until you make it approach. If I have this internal program that I want to change, and I choose another way of acting, as if acting according to an alternative program, my inner program gradually starts to resemble the one I'm simulating. If this really works. If I have an immediate social environment that supports me doing this, very profound changes are possible. So this is true, this is science, and this is why we're sharing it with you. And let's go, friends. So we have a video that's going to talk about a little bit what I just talked about. Let's roll the video.
Human beings are naturally motivated to seek lasting pleasure. However, when their desire meets the pleasure, the desire is gradually extinguished. The resulting emptiness motivates the individual to once again seek fulfillment, creating an endless cycle of fleeting pleasures. Exhausted by this cycle, an individual is forced to seek an entirely new and different motivation for fulfillment. This can only be found outside of the regular selfish fulfillment. It is the motivation to fulfill others. When this motivation reaches our global reality, the opportunities for pleasure are unlimited, extinguishing the emptiness of modern life. This is the law of motivation.
As dull as it gets, I'm pretty sure there is something in for me.
Hi, everyone. So we're going to move on to our main event, the roundtable discussion. I think we have a slide to show first, just for some reminder.
Is that the one where we're all equal?
I thought we were
Everyone
counting to 10
listen.
again. Are we counting to 10?
The mute/unmute button on a computer is at the lower left. On the iPad, it's the first item on top. The chat button on a computer is here in the middle. On the iPad, it is in the three-dot menu here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to roundtable etiquette. Can we play that slide, please? I'll just speak in the meantime. Okay, so I think most of you know this. There might be one or two new people. So in the roundtable discussion, we are specifically looking to create a certain environment together. We're trying to create one of wholeness and connection and equality. And it does not come naturally to us at all. And it certainly doesn't come naturally to us because it's not the way that we generally operate in society. We're used to competition and separation and wanting to be right all the time, and that we hold, these like independence high above everything else. But we know that deep down inside, interdependence is actually the highest level of humanity. So that's what we're trying to reach here in the roundtable discussion. And so in order to be able to reach that, we want to follow a few pieces of helpful etiquette. So number one is everyone is equal and very important. So very important is a little bit of an understatement. It's actually each one of us is essential, and we're all equal in that without any one of our parts, we haven't done our job. So we have to look out for each other and make sure that everybody is participating. Number two, we go around the table and we speak briefly and on topic. So I want to make sure that I speak briefly to allow everybody else to get a chance to speak. And we want to stay on topic because the person after us and the person after that are going to follow my lead. So I have a responsibility to stay on topic. Number three is I listen attentively. So if I'm not speaking, I'm listening, because that's where I'm going to learn. That's where I'm going to feel. That's where I'm going to be brought into the center of this place of wholeness. And number four, there is no right or wrong answers. Believe it or not, it's true. And the truth is in the center of our connection. So what that means is that we're right when we're together. And that's really what it means. So there's nothing that you can say that is going, that you can think about in advance that is going to make the answer more right. Only in feeling everybody else and then allowing the answer to breathe through you is where the correctness is going to be. Okay, thank you for that. So we're going to get started. As usual, we have two questions today. Our first question is, give an example of how chasing after pleasure for yourself eventually leads to emptiness. Okay, so we're going to have the question in the chat. These are pretty deep questions tonight, so just stay with it. Again, it's give an example of how chasing after pleasure for yourself eventually leads to emptiness. And, sharing something personal is always helpful, I think. So, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, you start with any of these desires, right? Like whatever they may be, and essentially you fill them, and then you want that pleasure again, or so I find with almost all my desires. I want it again, and you try to get that like a drug, right? And it just ends up that you push so hard to try to get it again that it's empty, and now you're in it's really a kind of a despair. It's like, well, what happened? Why doesn't it just keep giving me pleasure, right? So it's quite a frustrating system at times. Should I call on somebody, or do you want to call on somebody?
I was going to keep calling.
Okay.
How about Roberta?
Well, this is a good question. And I wanted a certain type of car for a long time. And I saved up and I finally got this car. And I said, oh, when I get this car, it's going to be the best thing ever. So I got the car and I said, okay, I'm going to probably wear slippers. It was a beige interior. It is a beige interior. And I said, I'm going to keep it clean. And I'm going to, slippers. We're not going to wreck the car. And then, a month goes by too. No one could smoke in the car. No one could eat in the car. We have parties in the car. Well, forget slippers, forget going with dirty shoes. And all of a sudden that feeling was gone. It was like, I wanted something so bad. I'm going to take care of it. And then it just becomes a norm. And then it's like thinking about, maybe I'll get another car soon. Now, what happened to the desire of having that car? And then you get it and you say, what changed? It is something to think about. Why? Well, it's a constant chase, So thank you for that question.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Roberta. For anybody that doesn't know, that wasn't in that session, that Roberta used to be a professional race car driver. So cars are very important to Roberta. John.
Yeah, chasing after things is competition with yourself. You want to be the best at whatever it is you're doing. And every time you attain that objective, there's always the next objective. And that is an exercise in futility. And that's an external thing. And I think the contrast to that is to go inside of yourself and discover how you can affect the world externally by your actions, and that brings fulfillment.
Thank you, John. William. Remember to unmute. Yeah.
So, wow, I don't know if I have a good answer. I mean, I guess I feel like chasing pleasures always leads to emptiness. I can't think of an example. It's just what chasing pleasures does. I mean, to me, pleasures should come to you internally and naturally, and you shouldn't chase after them. But maybe that's not a good answer. I'm going to ask my wife, Victoria, because she's much smarter than me. Okay.
Well, I just thought of a memory. I was a pretty indulged kid, but there was one thing in my teenage years that I remember not getting. It was this really beautiful dress. It was fawn colored velvet, and the trim was kind of off-white satin collar and cuffs. And I put it on and I felt like this was the end of everything. This was just the most exquisite dress. However, it was $48, which in 1960s money was a lot even for an indulged kid, so I couldn't get it. But the cool thing is that now, all these years later, I can see that dress, I can feel what it felt like to wear. So I can't remember very many clothes that I had as a teenager, but that one that I didn't get, I'm still enjoying.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for that. That kind of shift my perception. I wish that we could actually do more, because I'd like to hear more of these. They're really interesting, but I think we're going to go to the next question. This was a lead up anyway. So the next question is, do you think that giving to others can lead to lasting fulfillment? So let's hear from Ilana.
I think at least it can be, it's a way out, because when you give to someone else, you really, like, you don't fulfill yourself. So you don't feel this already emptiness that's coming afterwards. And it doesn't have an end. like you can give, and that's just, it's an opening to something that has no end. I think it can be amazing.
That was well said. Rono.
I think it's a fundamental thing that you can always experience. When you're having fun on your own, it goes away after a while. But the one things that you do for others stay with you, even if you don't have that person next to you all the time to see what happens. Because just the act of giving itself creates in you just a big bloom of joy in your heart, and there's no comparison there.
Yeah. Sane.
Yeah, I think it actually it's very helpful because as the opposite of chasing for happiness, which means you are not in the present, you're not living in the present, you're always chasing for something that is going to happen in the future. Given is something that is happening right now at this moment, and there's some satisfaction that goes with that presence when you keep because it's pleasurable not just for yourself but for others, and therefore it makes you happier at that moment instead of chasing something that might never come.
Yeah. Sonia. It's so good to see you, Sonia, by the way.
It's great to see you guys too. Well, when you give to others, it's an experience where you are fulfilling yourself, but it's a fulfillment that is unlike the fulfillments you get when you aim towards fulfilling yourself. Those tend to be fleeting in nature, because I guess because you yourself are finite. Like, I can only want so much, Coke or burgers or movies, or there's only so much I can really want, but like when I'm giving to somebody else, that's infinite. Like, I can do this forever, because that kind of and that's like a fulfillment that, because I can give forever, that means I can feel that kind of fulfillment in giving forever.
That's really beautiful. Thank you. Brandon.
Yeah, well, I do a little bit of volunteer work, and that brings me a little bit of happiness. I don't know about a little bit, but I donate money, I donate my time, and it brings me joy.
Yeah. Nancy Kogel. Unmute yourself.
Thanks. I will kind of relate to the question before and relate it to this question. I have a compulsive eating kind of thing that goes on. So it's like I get hungry and I go, oh, great, I could eat. And then it's so pleasurable and delicious, my vegan meals, and I just don't want it to end. And I have lots of projects that I want to do, and maybe it's fear of being overwhelmed by all of them, but I will just keep eating nonstop until it's painful. I have done that. So one day at a time, I'm working through that. And one of the ways that I've found helpful is to enrich, to create, or to reconnect with friends that I've had, but on a more consistent, regular, deeper level. So I have one friend that, since I live alone, I've established a relationship where each morning we both say good morning to each other. We text it. And if one of us doesn't say good morning or return the text within 24 hours, we both have like emergency numbers and keys of neighbors that we can call to check up on us. So, and the texting throughout the day, just, I get a picture of a butterfly she found on her walk, and I tell her things I'm doing. So it's really deepened that relationship. And I have a few others where we just Zoom, two other relationships where we Zoom like once a week regularly and check up on each other. And I find that I have what to give, and it feels really good. And knowing that I'm helping somebody and that their life is becoming happier and more joyful and more fulfilled themselves is extremely rewarding to me. Even though I don't have grandchildren yet and would like them, this is sort of like an extension of satisfying other needs and seeing people grow and develop.
Thank you, Nancy. We're running out of time, but I want to hear from Nancy Bronstein really quickly, please. Unmute yourself, Nancy.
Giving is fantastic. It just doesn't, whoever you give something to, they're so pleased, you're so pleased. It's such a high. It's that oxytocin. It's been proven. So you keep on giving. It's just I give out a lot in my neighborhood, and I get it back with such smiles. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. But some with my head injury, I don't know who the hell they are, but I'm still spreading happiness.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay, so I think we're going to go to the next part. I was just thinking as I was listening to you guys of something that I heard about it was a different study about happiness and fulfillment, and they say, what's the difference? And they did a meta study on people, on like the most fulfilled people, and they found that whenever that their answer to anything is and what, whereas other people were asking like why or who, but they always ask the question of like what now. So they put themselves in a position of being the actor, and apparently that makes you more fulfilled. And it makes perfect sense, instead of wanting to receive and waiting for the universe to somehow fulfill all of my little desires, I become the empowered actor of giving.
Quick fact,
Okay, so,
let me say one thing. Improv, that is the deal. And what? You are together. I'm not going to say no. You keep it going.
That's good, Nancy. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go to our dance party. So for anybody that has not been with us before, this is, everybody knows, Carl's favorite part. He can't even wait, and Gary. Okay, so we're going to do happy dances only, okay? No sad dances. And Roberta. And so we're going to spotlight, right? So we're going to see one person's face on the screen at a time. When that person is on the screen, you're going to do a dance, a happy dance, and we're all going to follow you. And then it's going to go to the next person. The only thing is that when we see your face, Sonia, we're going to see your face, but you are going to see a text box in the middle of your screen, okay? forget, don't try to read it. You're not going to read it in time and still have time to dance. You're going to end up doing this, and then we're all going to sit there not knowing what to do. So just dance. That's your time to do your dance whenever you see the text on the screen, okay? All right, guys, let's do it.
Many moons ago, the world was moving slow. Had a feeling it was flowing. Man came along and then he tried to rule the show. Couldn't stop himself from knowing. Mother Nature put us back into our place, wrapped up one into a tether. Now it's time to find the truth in all this pain. Gotta feel it all together. It's got me feeling so alive again. It's got me feeling so alive again. So alive again. We're all feeling so alive again. A single system molding us, it feels so right. Trying to make it all for good, yeah. No inhibitions in this field that's so alive. It's only wholeness taking over. I'm alive. Put your mark into this picture. Start to feel what's real between us. Got me feeling so alive again. Got me feeling so alive. It's got me feeling so alive again. We're all feeling so alive again. I'm feeling so alive again. Oh yeah. We're all feeling so alive again. So alive again. It's got me feeling so alive again. So alive, feeling so alive, feeling so alive. We're all feeling so alive again. So alive, feeling so alive, feeling so alive. We're all feeling so alive again. So alive. It's got me feeling so alive again. So alive. It's got me feeling so alive again. We're all feeling so alive again. We're all feeling so alive again.
I like it. The last dance, the last motion was the finger or one. Beautiful. Nice. Wow, there's a lot of us here tonight. A few new faces. Mary Lou, hello. Okay,
Hi.
so with this event, you know, we have it like scheduled different times for different things that we do here, and we're we're at the end. But I want all of us to say to each other, wish them something good for the week until the next time we get together. And I'm gonna wish Sine a beautiful, happy week with lots of good relationships with people. And then you can pass it to somebody, Sine.
Thank you. And I'm going to wish Sarah a wonderful week with sunshine and loving everywhere you put your hand on.
Oh, thank you, Sine. Okay, I'm going to wish William and Victoria a wonderful week of caring for each other and only wanting to fill each other's greatest desires. I know William already shared with us how much he enjoys supporting and giving to you, Victoria, because he always feels your support. You weren't here when he said that, but he did. So I hope you two have a wonderful week.
Okay. I would like to pass along to Carl that the very essence of karma in his doing these amazing programs and making people happy and getting adults dancing come back to him many times over in the week ahead.
Wow, that's so sweet. I started, but thank you so much. That's beautiful. I love you too. Thank you.
Sorry, didn't mean, okay, I'm learning the ropes.
That's okay. Mary Lou, you look so sweet. You didn't, yeah, do you know how to unmute? I'm gonna give you a wish for the week. So I wish for this week that you think about the happiness that you gained here and that you'll be here next week and that you'll have great times with people until next week.
What time does it start, New York time?
6:30 p.m.
Oh, that's why I'm so late. Thank you. Sorry, I'm late.
So give somebody a good wish for until next week.
I wish for one. I wish for Nancy a good week for you. Okay?
Which Nancy? Kogel or
Nancy? You. Kogel. Nancy Kogel.
Okay, thank you so much, Mary Lou.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I wish Rono just amazing, like heart lifting joy that's like surprising and coming from unknown places or surprising places, but lifts you up and carries you and supports you and nurtures you through all of next week.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm gonna pass on the wish to Sine. I wish for you such good interaction with people all week so that you will go all day long with a smile on your face.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? I think I'm still on, right? Yeah, thank you very much. And I will pass it on to Natalia. And for the next week, I wish only heavenly smiles and happiness coming towards you wherever you go and with all your relationships that you will have coming up next week.
Great. I would wish to be the truth. And did anybody wish to Brandon? Okay, Brandon, I wish you surprisingly good news starting very soon. And I wish you'll be very happy at least until the next open diner, which is going to be next week. Keep happy. Keep smiling.
Thank you, Natalia. I'm going to throw it to John in Florida, and I wish he has a good week writing more songs for us.
Actually, we're running really late, everyone. So if we can please, John, you picked John and it's perfect. John, if you can give us your second song, and then
Well, first
we'll wrap it up.
I want to give a positive statement for everyone. I hope that every one of you can discover and can tap in to an endless flow of giving this next week. So you will live in the space of giving to others and you will be so fulfilled, and that will fulfill me. So I was told to sing a song and I thought we would pass the hour and I was hoping I could get away with not playing. But
yeah, let me say one thing before you start. I know there's some people that we didn't get to, but we're running very late. So Paula, Sonia, every one of you that we did miss, big kisses, and you'll feel the warmth and joy till next week.
Roberta and Nina is included in that. So I was asked to sing a happy song, and no songs are happy because everyone writes from a place of deep contemplation, which is always a little bit on the dark side. But I have 2 daughters. My baby's 38, and this was a huge song for them. Most of you probably won't even know it, but it's a happy song. Maybe those who do will appreciate it. If you do, give me a high five or something. It goes like this. You go through emotions in this life, only 1 or 2 will last. Go through all the pain and strife, turn your back and they're gone so fast. They're gone so fast. Yeah, yeah. So hold on to the ones who really care. In the end, everything will be there. When you get old, start losing your hair. You tell me who will still care. Yeah. Yeah. I used to think, baby, you love me. Now I know that it's true. I just can spend my whole life just dreaming about you. Oh yeah, the sunshine, yeah, walking on sunshine, yeah, yeah, walking on sunshine, yeah, yeah, don't it feel good? Yeah, it's gonna feel good. Yeah, it sure feels good. Nina, Lisa, Nancy 1 and 2. We got a race car driver named Roberta. Oh yeah, smiling she do. Brandon from New York who gave me such a happy day. Rono, Gary, my rock star brother in LA. I love every one of you, yes I do. And Carl, my soulmate every day. You and I, we're connected for life, yes we are. I love every one of you. You too, Dan, you're the man. Drive me home, Roberta, with that beautiful race car of yours. Oh, Nina, you 3, and I'm okay. Everyone be safe and say goodbye now. I want you all to drive carefully. It's a really, really, really dangerous step to shut that computer off, and we're all having so much fun. We gotta say good evening.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, John. Beautiful song. Very loving. Thank you. Okay, can we have the slide with the Facebook? Okay, there it is in the chat. You can follow us on Facebook and Meetup, on Instagram. Everyone's equal and very important. And more importantly, share with your friends. You can go to Instagram and Meetup and on Facebook, the Open Diner, and you can see this whole video that we did. You can see it over again. And so there's homework. Take notice at what point in my connection with my close ones, partner, friends, family, do I feel that the ego or self-interest hinders the relationship? Okay, so that's the homework till next Thursday. And then we next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so tell your friends, bring your friends. We have another next Thursday, another happiness course coming, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but we have something fun. And thank you for all the support teams here that help us, and for everybody who does the slides, and for the musicians. We love you. We love you all. Thank you all for coming. You're the reason why we come. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Let's all be happy.
Let's
Have
all
a
be
good night.
relaxed.
Chill out.
I'll see everybody next week.
Thanks, Brandon.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Ah.